We got a 26-mile loop planned going from Big River's Trailhead in Mendota Heights up to the Stone Arch Bridge. And it's 26 miles, but you can really make this as short of a ride as you want. You could start anywhere along the route and take any one of the many bridges that go across the river and take the other side back. So it doesn't have to be 26 miles. From Minnehaha Falls, you can head towards the Lake Street Bridge, and that's only a 6-mile round trip. Or you could go up to the Stone Arch Bridge from Minnehaha Falls, and that's 12 miles round trip. So the reason I started in Mendota Heights was I really love this bridge, the Mendota Bridge. There's some really cool views there where you can see both skylines. So right now in this map, we're going past Fort Snelling and up towards Minnehaha Falls. And then in the video, we'll also do a walkthrough of Sea Salt at Minnehaha Falls, which is a really cool cafe there. They've got beer and seafood and stuff, and it's just a cool place to hang out at Minnehaha Falls. This is the Lake Street Bridge that I mentioned right here, where you could go across and come back to Minnehaha Falls. That'd only be a 6-mile round trip. And now we're headed up to the Stone Arch Bridge, which we will cross. And that would be a 12-mile round trip from Minnehaha Falls. So a lot shorter than what I'm doing here. So this is the St. Anthony main area right there, where there's a lot of cool restaurants. I'll do a walkthrough of the Aster Cafe patio. And right there, we just passed the UofM campus, which is kind of fun to ride through there. And here we're going south. Again, right there, that's the Lake Street Bridge that you could go across on your way there or on your way back. And we'll head across the Ford Parkway Bridge and back into Minnehaha Falls here. And then headed south, once again, past Fort Snelling, and then over the bridge and back to the Big Rivers Trailhead. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
How are you? Nice to see you. So, funny story about him. When I first started running, we'd always say hi to each other. Don't know who he is, don't know his name, but he's got some great energy, and we always have to say hi to each other when we pass by. So this is the Big Rivers Trailhead, and you can see there's plenty of parking in that parking lot. The great thing about this is it's super accessible. You can get anywhere from here in the Twin Cities via trail. So you can go to St. Paul, Minneapolis, you can get to the lakes. It's pretty cool. So this trailhead too here, you can see from that overlook there, you're looking at the Minnesota River, which flows into the Mississippi just downriver. And across that overlook is the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. So now we are headed to the Mendota Bridge and past Fort Snelling and towards Minnehaha Falls. So we would go left right here where those bikers are going left, but I'm taking a tiny detour because I like the view up here. You can actually see the cathedral from this point right here. I'll zoom in a little bit. And down that hill is the city of Mendota. And there's actually a cool e-bike rental. It's called Lee Tours. I think that's how you pronounce it. And they rent e-bikes, so you could rent something there and then do the same ride as well to go up to Minnehaha. And if you're feeling confident, all the way up to the Stone Arch Bridge. So again, this is the Mendota Bridge that I really like the view because you can see both skylines from this point right here. So this is Fort Snelling that we're coming up on here, and you'll see another view of it on the way back from the other side. A couple things. This is a pretty steep hill right here, and has a lot of foliage on it, so it could be pretty slippery. So be careful on this hill if you are going to ride it, because it turns at the end too, and then there's a stop, so it can be a little dangerous. What's cool down here is there's a bunch of gravel trails, and what we're looking at here is actually Pike Island. So I zoomed in a little bit so you could see, you could pretty much ride any kind of bike on that gravel. It doesn't look too difficult to ride, so you can do quite a bit of exploring down here by the river. There's a ton of different trails and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do another video on that another time, but we're going to head towards Minnehaha Falls, and then that's Fort Snelling on the left there. So we're just coming out of the trail right now into the kind of Minnehaha Falls area, and you can see, I'll look back in this video, but there's tons of parking around here. You do have to pay for parking here, so if you don't want to do that, there's plenty of other areas I'm sure you can find. Right there, there's a view of the parking right on that road, and then we'll drive through another parking lot. These do get pretty full, even that road does too, on a busy day on the weekend. So, but there's plenty of areas you can find parking around here. So we rode around the park and then taking a right-hand turn here kind of as we almost pass the park. And one thing you'll notice is there's a bunch of oak trees in this park, which is kind of cool. I think most of the trees in the center are oak trees. And we'll do a quick tour of Minnehaha Falls and a walkthrough of sea salt. So the park was definitely not busy today, I would say. Was a little surprised by that. I thought there'd be more people, especially since it's so nice outside, but you can see Sea Salt still has a pretty long line. There's usually a pretty long line for food, and that door is for food and beverages. But inside this room here, if you want just beverages, you can see there's almost no line, and you can grab a beverage there pretty quickly and grab a seat somewhere. So just keep that in mind if you're stopping by and you're grabbing just a beverage. These doors right here are an ice cream shop, and I'm surprised they're not open today, but it always makes for a nice little pit stop if you want to just stop in and grab ice cream instead of some food or beverages. All right, we're back on the trail and headed towards the Stone Arch Bridge. this bridge right here is the Lake Street Bridge, which you could go across and come back, and then that would just be a 6-mile route from Minnehaha Falls, so pretty short loop if you want to do that. This hill right here doesn't look like a huge hill, but the Twin Cities Marathon runs past here, and I remember watching a friend run, and we stood right here on this hill, and it was incredible to see how much people were suffering up that hill. Especially, I think that's like mile 16 of the marathon, or maybe even further than that. And I was just impressed with everybody and how much effort they were putting into it. It was pretty cool to watch. So, good place to watch the marathon if you're ever going to do that, especially with Longfellow Grill right there that we just passed. It's a good view of Minneapolis and the Franklin Street Bridge. And now I'm going to head back onto the trail and back towards Stone Arch. This is a pretty cool view of the UofM campus and also the Weisman Art Museum, which we'll get a closer look at when we head over to the other side. And then now we're headed into Gold Medal Park, and we'll also get to see the Guthrie Theater and then head over to Stone Arch Bridge. now we're getting into the St. Anthony main area. We'll look at the cobblestones. If you go straight here instead of left like I'm going to do, you take a right then on University Avenue, and then another right on East River Parkway past the UofM. That takes you back down to Minnehaha Falls. That's where we're going to head after this. But this is St. Anthony, Maine. There's a lot of cool restaurants down here. Very vibrant, cool area. And Aster Cafe is a restaurant that I like to head to every so often. They've got a cool patio and great food, great drinks, good atmosphere. This is University Avenue that I'm on right now. That stinky town over there to the left, and then we're going to take a right here on East River Parkway and go past the UofM campus, kind of through the UofM campus, and then back down the river towards Minnehaha Falls. This was the only part of the ride that felt a little sketchy. It is a public road and half of it's kind of blocked off, but the bike path starts right after this on the right hand side, and then here you get a pretty good look at the Weisman Art Museum. So on the left here, that's the entrance, or one of the two, for the Lake Street Bridge, which has the Longfellow Grill on the other side. That's the one that I kind of rode halfway across the bridge. So if you did take that bridge, instead of going all the way to Stone Arch Bridge, it'd be a 6-mile loop from Minnehaha. It's a good view of that. And then from here you can see the Ford Parkway Bridge, and that's the one we're going to be crossing to get back to Minnehaha Falls. Ford Parkway Bridge that we'll be crossing. I always like to access the bridge on the south side because it's easier to get to Minnehaha Falls. You don't have to cross the street once you get across the bridge. And my GoPro cut out there, so this is me using my phone now. Just wanted to show kind of the route as to how to get from the bridge back to the Minnehaha Falls Park. So we're back in the park now, and we'll take a left here and take the South Minnehaha Drive back towards Fort Snelling. This is a clip of Fort Snelling, approaching it from the other side. This right-hand turn here takes you back to the Mendota Bridge and back towards the Big Rivers Trailhead. Hope you enjoyed the video.